All right. How's everyone doing today? It's another week just started, and I'm really excited to showcase these dumb phones with you guys. Having had time from the past, please let me know if the music is a little bit too much and whatnot. So just let me know if it's too loud. I'll make sure to adjust it. But today we have these 5 dumb phones that we're going to be comparing. Of course, some of them are smarter than others, things like that. And we're going to get into it. But I first wanted to start talking about KaiOS 3.0 since we have a KaiOS 3.0 device in the house. My full review is going to be coming soon, but I wanted to start showcasing that because I know a lot of you are interested into knowing, hey, is KaiOS 3.0, has it finally fixed a lot of the inconveniences? So we're going to take away a couple of these, and then we're going to go, right here. Took the wrong one away, but I want to showcase a little bit of KaiOS 3.0 on screen. And not a lot has changed, to be honest, but it is faster. As you will see, some of the operating things and the KaiOS store, everything just feels like really fast. And I personally like it a lot. So personally, I like it a lot. It's just faster. It doesn't lag. You don't have a lot of the difficulties that you used to have with KaiOS. Let me know if we need a little bit more light. Maybe I'll be able to turn on a couple of things here and there. But essentially, KaiOS has improved. So it has graduated. It's a little bit better for sure. But sadly, it's not full. It's not like what we were expecting. A lot of the apps are still with that basic functionality. They don't have that extra oomph, new features or things of that nature. But we're hoping that developers decide to kind of get better at developing more functionality into the operating system. So for example, I'll take you into maps. Just an example right here. There was no live navigation in the past in KaiOS 3.0, and that's still the case with KaiOS. I mean, with before KaiOS 3.0, but with KaiOS 3.0, it's still the same. So let's say we're gonna go to Atlanta. As always, that's my example since it's the thing that's closest. It may be faster, and you are able to, let's go to the airport. Let's get to my location, and automatically will, just tell you, it will log the location. It will tell you the steps. Let's say we're gonna drive, and right there, go. But as you go, see, it only gives you like the next step. And since it only gives you the next step, it follows you and it tells you what the next step will be, but you have to press next in order to see what the next step will be. So again, it's just terrible. It's no new functionality with the Maps application. Of course, you don't need to use the Google Maps. You can uninstall it. Well, not on this phone. I don't think it's uninstallable on this phone, sadly. But there are other KaiOS phones that you don't need the Google stuff in order to use it. You can also have less bloatware, so at least it's less visible, but you still have some bloat right here in the games folder. And again, you cannot use it. You cannot uninstall it. So again, it's kind of like a shame. I'll get to the questions in just a little bit, so just keep asking it. But I wanted to showcase to you. Now, the operating system is faster. It feels better than most KaiOS 2.5 devices, and I really enjoy that. It's very fluid, very fast to switch. It doesn't lag. You don't need the if I remember correctly, there was something called kind of like a memory cleaner app in 2.5.4 from the Nokia devices that we saw last time, and that made it bearable, right, for a lot of the devices. But it's not there anymore. You also have internet. It's just going to be, again, just faster. You can get into a lot of the I think a lot of the different applications. So I know one of the followers that I have, a lot of the people in the community, they want to see Discord. So let's try it. So we're gonna Discord right there, and again, as you see, it loads pretty quickly, right? It's very fast. You can get to it, and right here, I think in the login is when it stops, but I'm pretty sure you can do, like, I know there are other websites that you can log through Discord. It's like a progressive web app that is faster, and you'll be able to get to it. But I think right here, once you start typing your username and everything, it's just going to be slower. And I think that's the thing with KaiOS 3.0. It's not a full-blown operating system. It's essentially Firefox OS, so it's essentially just living in that container. But you have, again, a lot of the features available. So I like KaiOS 3.0. I think it's good. I think it shows promise. It's what we were waiting for. It's faster. It doesn't lag. Battery life's longer, but it's not there yet. It's just not there yet. The camera, again, you're not expecting a lot of great things with the camera with these devices, right? And you know, like I wouldn't say like, hey, this is an amazing device for the camera. You can still install WhatsApp. You can still install, like, you know, those different applications. I installed the PodLP application, which is my favorite app on the KaiOS store for podcasting. You know, and whenever you get through it, you just kind of like, it's super fast, super reliable, very, very good to use. And I mean, I've been enjoying it a lot. But besides that, you know, like, you can get into different podcasts, different apps. It's very useful. It's faster. It's not going to lag. So if you're in the market for a new KaiOS device, just wait for 3.0. Don't get the 2.5 devices just because it's just not going to be worth it. But yeah, just those are some of the notes. Still, you have email. You know, you can configure it and how it, again, it's fast. It doesn't lag. I remember setting up email on my Nokia 6300 4G, and it was a pain. So, you know, again, you can make it happen. And if you're a developer and you're looking to develop apps, then of course, like, you can get into the documentation, and it shouldn't be really hard, like, to get to that. So that's just a couple minutes of KaiOS 3.0. If you have any questions about it, please put it in the chat. Let's get to a couple of the comments. Google already has its hooks in KaiOS, which is a shame. Yeah, I mean, that is since the beginning. KaiOS has been pretty much sponsored by Google, I think, since version 2. And it's sad, you know, that we don't have a true operating system that is fully open. Not yet, at the very least, for dumb phone devices, but hopefully it will be coming later this year with Mudita Pure. Hopefully, cross our fingers that it's going to happen. Let's see. Do you know if one can make their own app on KaiOS? I'm a C programmer and I know JavaScript, but I want to create my own apps and port others. Yeah, so like I said, you can look at the documentation on the KaiOS website. But besides that, I would say another good resource. Let me move my microphone here. Another great resource, I would say, is just going into, I believe, Banana Hackers. Banana Hackers has a lot of documentation and extra things that they've been able to kind of like look over. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to turn on this light, the light above, just to see if it improves the visibility of this one. I just want to make sure that you guys are looking into the devices and that it looks clearly. So I'll be right back. Does that help? I don't know if it helps. I think it's still pretty much the same. So sorry, guys. I'll just keep it like that. That's fine. It's no problem. I mean, you guys see the light over there. It's fine. It's just for aesthetic. Not necessarily nothing functional. So that's okay. It probably looks a little bit better. Okay, so let's get to comparing some dumb phones today. Some flip phones. We're going to go over flip phones just because we've had a lot of new flip phones. The Go Flip 4 right here is a new flip device that we just got. But also we have had two other ones right here. The CAT S22 Flip and the Sonim XP3 Plus. So I personally prefer, just my personal preference, just because it's a little bit harder to operate. I think the Sonim XP3 Plus is a little bit better, and battery life is amazing. The adaptive battery life, just it's very good. It's tremendous. Like, you know, 3-4 days very easily, at least with my usage. And of course, like, other people may have different results, but it's really good. So let's get to, you know, showcasing a couple of extra things that you may not have seen in the review. The browser is pretty fast. I talked about Sonim Scout. I didn't showcase it, but as you see, like, it has an app updater, kind of like some help tools, utilities, contact transfer, BLE Connect, call screening, stealth mode, right there. Like, you know, you can adjust the profile with the display brightness. Like, you know, let's say that you're wanting to use it less, media volume, like, you know, things of that nature. So it has different profile. It has the LED available to you, like on the back right here. And of course, like, it again, it's a very good device, and I'm really excited about these different modes that it has. Then you have support. You can chat, remote support, Sonim Care. You can kind of like register your device, and that allows you to connect with others. Besides that, everything is pretty much standard. You have the backups, restore, clock, calendar, file explorer. Again, this is all Android, so you have essentially access to a lot of the things. What I do like is that it's not Google based, so it's AOSP as far as I can tell. If we go to, I believe, the settings, we will see that there is no, I believe that last time I checked, especially with the permissions and different things, permission manager, nope, it's not here. Where's applications, apps? There it is, apps, app info. It has very minimal apps, and that's, I think, why the battery is so good. It's because it has very minimal apps, and you can also show the system apps, but of course it's going to have some Google blobs here and there, but it doesn't have any Google applications installed from the beginning, which I think it's a big plus for this device, because it doesn't have, you know, all of that adware, spyware, trackware, whichever way you want to call it. The drawback is that it doesn't have a touch screen in order to operate it easily, but you can install a mouse, like I will showcase here on the KaiOS DureX V. So let's see, let's go to general tools. Well, let me adjust the brightness of this thing. Display settings, brightness level. Let's go up so you guys can see it right there. Height. Oh, set. Perfect. Let's go to during my battery, but it's okay. We're doing a live stream. It's not necessarily, I'm not using this device right now. It's my primary device. But here, let me showcase to you what you can do on the Sonim as you would do it on the KaiOS. Let me go to a business tool right here. I installed, let's say, F-Droid, right? So usually you will not be able to use, and actually we ran into this problem last time that we were doing the live stream, right? But essentially I will not be able to navigate very easily with this. It only navigates through certain things, and you don't have the ability to click specific parts. It's cumbersome. But if you triple click, if you install Apps for Flip, the Apps for Flip mouse, which is a very great utility, then you get a mouse right here. Boom, right there. So you're able to navigate easy, way easier. So let's say we go to updates and we go to update all. Then you're able to do that. So you're able to install that same application here on the Sonim XP3 Plus. And that way you are not limited by, you know, all the different apps that you may want to use. You can use the battery manager. So if you're trying to use an app like Signal, or you're trying to use an app for your work, 2FA, whatever it is, you're able to have that. Let's see if we can get a little bit more brightness on this. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Okay. So again, I like the Sonim XP3 Plus. These are kind of like the top 3 devices right now when it comes to rugged and flip phones. And then of course you have the brand new CAT S22 Flip. The CAT S22 Flip. Let's see if we can get some brightness here. This one has a touchscreen. Let's get brightness all the way up. But this one, as you see from the get-go, you have a lot of Google stuff. You have the Play Store, you have T-Mobile bloatware, you also have YouTube, Chrome, Gmail, Maps, Drive, YouTube Music, Duo. Again, all the Google stuff will work here. Now, I know some of you are against that, but if you're somebody that's looking for something in specific like this, like a device that allows you to use Google and use all of the conveniences, of course, this may be the device for you. You can also disable it though. So if you go here, you can disable the applications so you don't have to use them if you're just looking for the touch screen in order to make your life a little bit easier. So again, that's kind of like some of the extra niceties that you can do with the CAT S22 Flip. I personally think that the Sonim is a little bit better just because it's more difficult to use, and that allows you to use your device less. But I'm into digital minimalism. I'm into doing some of that. I know some of you are not. I know you just want a device that you can use on the go, reduce your usage from the smartphone world, and still keep some of the conveniences. Then I think the CAT S22 Flip is just a better option, right? So let's get to comparing a couple of the things. So I wanna showcase to you some of the features, like, you know, things that you can install, things that you can do, stuff like that. But let's get to a couple questions or comments that you guys have. Let's see. I miss the days of the LG MV2. No apps, spyware, just basic communication. Very true. Very good days. Actually, very well made device as well. We have is there a version like the Nokia 2720 with Android? I think the closest ones will be these. The again, like the Sonim rugged devices. But I do know of the, what's it called? The Snapphone Easy 4G Flip. I think that will be your lighter kind of device that will still be able to use some of the Android things. There are other Android devices outside of the United States that I do not have access to right away, so I would not be able to confirm some of those things for you. But there are some flip phone devices like the Nokia 2720, small, compact, that still run Android. They may run outdated versions of Android, and that may be an issue. Is this the, yeah, this is the KaiOS. Okay, something's going on. Scroll mode, D-pad mode, right there, update. I don't know why it's not doing it, but that's okay. Anyways, let's continue. If someone could make an alternate OS for all Blackberries, I'll be in heaven. I think that would be really hard, just because it's I think it's locked. The bootloader is locked, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Next question: do you think the CAT S22 Flip will be sold to other countries? You know, I don't have confirmation yet of that, but I do know there is high interest and they're looking into it, but there's nothing confirmed. I think your best bet right now is to find somebody in the United States that has T-Mobile, right? Purchase the device and have it there for 40 days. You're just gonna have to wait a little bit and then unlock it, or just beg customer service like I did for about an hour, you know, in order to convince them, like, hey, can you unlock it so I can test it? I only got a temporary unlock, but it's possible to get the full unlock if you beg them and you pay, of course, the full price. So I think it's possible, and I think they're going to sell a version of the CAT S22 Flip eventually outside of the United States. But if the bands in the CAT S22 Flip right now have the compatibility that you need, I would say try to find friends in the United States or somebody that has T-Mobile, install that SIM card, keep it there for like, I mean, you don't have to keep the phone activated for 40 days. You just have to put the SIM card and install the first updates and things like that. It will set up a cycle of 40 days, and then 40 days later, you're able to unlock the device. So that, I think, is the best bet, especially for people that are going to be on outside of the North American market. All right, let's keep going. Mudita does look nice. Meditation timer is kind of cringe. Just preferences. I mean, you don't have to use it, but you know, it's their philosophy, things like that. Let's see. I'm from the UK, but did I see an Alcatel phone in Tesco which doesn't run Android? Probably. I mean, there are phones on the UK that run KaiOS. So, for example, right here, I mean, this is an example of the most recent one, right? The Alcatel Go Flip 4. And it doesn't run Android. It runs, again, KaiOS. It's kind of a mix between Firefox OS, Android, things of that nature. But no, it does not run it does not run Android. So that's that. Let's continue with some questions. And again, I'll timestamp this for those of you watching. Again, is there any difference between the KaiOS flip phone and the Alcatel flip phones? I'm talking about the ones which doesn't have Android. So I do not think that there is a KaiOS flip phone that does not have Android. I'm pretty sure every KaiOS device has Android. I'm like 95% sure. Like, I have not encountered a KaiOS device. I think they all run Android at this point. Even from like the good old days, they've been running Android. So I'm pretty sure that it still runs Android. Then Alcatel does have Android and also KaiOS devices. That's as far as my knowledge. Let's see, a couple of extra questions. Which one is best for hanging up on someone when you're mad at them? Good question. So that's something that I actually wanted to test today. And I wanted to, it's not scientific by any means, but there are some great and satisfying hang-ups on these. And I will showcase some of these. Personally, I prefer the Sonim XP3 Plus. It's very satisfying to just flip and end the call that way. So I'm going to just kind of like demonstrate, again, very unscientific. But as you see, the sunbeam is kind of hard because the hinge kind of just comes back. So when you flip it, it's a nice, satisfying sound. I guess I'll put it to the microphone. So that's the Sunbeam F1. Let's go with the Alcatel. It has a weird hinge, the Sunbeam F1. I don't think it will have a lot of problems with just kind of like specifics when it comes to durability, but it does feel a little bit wonky. So now let's go with the Alcatel Go Flip 4. Not as satisfying, again, not as loud. And, you know, when you're like, it does take a little bit to get that hinge to work fully. So that's those two, and I think it's because they're plasticky. These are all plastic, but these are more like cheap kind of plastic. The Sunbeam and the Alcatel, they're more cheap feeling. Now, once you get to the rugged devices, you do have that extra feel, but this one just boom, you can just like slam it and close it. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys heard there a little bit, kind of like some of the just kind of like the oof, it just closes very well, right? Like, you know, it's a very good mechanism. And that's something that I actually wanted to test. So I'm really glad that one of you asked. But yeah, when you close the Sonim, again, you hear that nice flip, kind of like closing in. And it's just very satisfying. It's my favorite so far. And I think it's also because of the way that it's constructed, because as you see here, when you close it, then it doesn't have kind of like a cushion. It just goes flat into it. Also with the KaiOS, you can feel that. But see, it does have that hinge mechanism that kind of stops it. So if you want to go fully into it, like, you can't. Like, you can try, but it's not going to do that satisfying, hey, I'm hanging up on you. So that's the KaiOS. It does have that kind of like two-step. I think it's for durability, of course. This is a rugged device. And yes, Meat Puppet, we're really doing this. I think this is like the best part of the stream, I would say. The CAT S22 Flip, the last one that we're going to test today, has a good mechanism. So you can close it very fast. And it does feel good. But the Sonim is my favorite. It's just very loud. And when you just slam it, like, you don't feel like it's going to break, but you feel like very accomplished, if you will, right? So CAT, again, like, it's nice, but the Sonim is my favorite. It's just so light, so loud, so nice, and you can really slam it if you want to do that. Great question for that. But yeah, my favorite is the Sonim XB3 Plus. It has a great, satisfying, hey, I'm hanging up on you. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Besides that will be, I guess actually it'll be in this order right now. So it'll be Sonim, then CAT, then KaiOS, because it has that like kind of double mechanism. And then after that, it does have the Sunbeam F1 is after that. And last, the Alcatel. It has the least satisfying of them all. Okay, perfect. Next question or comment. Nokia 5310 Express Music still works from 2008. I use them every year. Yes, it does work in Europe and in Asia. Sadly, in the United States, it's shutting down because of the 2G lack of compatibility. So make sure to look for a compatible device for you. Do you save data by using one of these phones versus a smartphone? Yes and no. It really depends. So for example, if you're using something like the Orchid, you will not have a lot of access to different applications. So as you see, you have voicemail, call history, contacts, messaging, alarm clock, calendar, voice reminder, calculator, notes, flashlight files, camera, gallery, sound recorder, music, navigation, weather, sync for contacts and things of that nature, the keyboard, SOS. Nothing of this really gathers a lot of data except navigation and weather. And that's it. Besides that, you're not going to use a lot of data because you don't have a browser, you don't have anything pinging like a podcasting app or anything like that. Everything is just locally stored. Even the calendar, I believe, is not syncable. So like this will save you a ton of data. But something like for example, the CAT S22. The CAT S22 is a full Android device, essentially full smartphone, just in a flip phone form factor, and essentially you're using the same data as you would because you can use as many smart apps as you want. So it doesn't have a lot of difference. That's just, for my usage. You will save some extra data, but that's just because, of course, like you're not using it as much maybe. So that's that. Then you have the KaiOS devices, which are engineered to save data. And the reason why is because they are based on Firefox OS, and they're actually going to do some of that saving of the data because they're trying to run progressive web apps or something that is, kind of like very easy to do. Thank you for the subscriptions, by the way. I appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And of course, these live streams happen at least once or twice a month where I just compare go in depth when it comes to the features of the flip phones or other dumb phones that I may have. Okay, so what I wanted to showcase besides that is some of the navigation features, right? Like, I think that's important. So we already saw this one that is super crappy. Personally, I just don't like it. Right here, the Alcatel Go Flip 4, it's just not really great. When you're trying to get to a location, it just has step by step. And then you have, of course, this one uses Go Here Maps or Here Go Maps. Here we go. I think that's the branding now from Here Maps. What I do like about the Sunbeam is that you can make them function offline, and also you can not only make them function offline, you can download the maps. But if you download them, and I think this is kind of like a little hack for those of you watching and that have a Sunbeam. I think let me make this disclaimer first. So I believe that you should be supporting the companies as much as you can. Dumb phone companies are not getting rich like iPhones or Samsungs, like Apple, Samsung, or the big companies, big tech companies of the world. So I think you should support as much as you can. But I do understand that some of you may not have that ability to support constantly. So the Sunbeam F1 requires a charge in order to use the premium features like the voice to text, the maps, and also the weather, right? Because they're paying for private services in order to do that. So look, not teaching you how to override them. I will say please support them as you continue, but if you don't have the means, this is a way for you to do it as well, which is you can download the maps, and then you can maybe not support it for a month or so, and then come back to support and get all of the data, like, you know, the traffic and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they're going to be blocking some of that access in the future, just because they actually need those funds in order to continue working and developing this phone into being a better phone, and the phone updates that come with it. So I'm not teaching you to avoid supporting them. I'm just teaching you that it's an option for you to download offline, and you don't have to use their service automatically, but you're just using the app. And I don't know if that charges them or something like that. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't, because it's all offline, it's locally stored, right? And the GPS module is on the phone, but I'm pretty sure that they may block it, or they may find a way to, like, you know, restrict some of those things. But if you don't have the means, you can download them offline during the free trial, because they give you a month or so, I think, for the free trial in order without paying the premium for the premium services. So I would say download them offline, and then you can use offline, and then the company is not getting charged extra because of course, like, you know, you're just using it. But you can download maps from North and Central America, USA in this case, specific states. I'm in Georgia, so let's just download Georgia. You're going to be able to download it via LTE or also Wi-Fi, you know, whatever you prefer. And again, the Sunbeam is one of those devices that works with pretty much every carrier in North America. So great device. I really love it. Then you have the CAT S22. And in this case, of course, we have the Google Maps app, and it's going to ping me pretty much automatically because, oh, I haven't given permissions. While using the app. Yep. And it's probably going to ping me quick. Yep. There it is. And yeah, so Google Maps, as with a smartphone, it's not going to be an issue. So this is Google Maps on the Alcatel Go Flip 4. It's not good. Don't try to get an app for navigation in that. Sonim, you can install different applications, of course. We're going to go into the F-Droid store, which is my preferred store when it comes to all of these different things. Let's see if we can get it to function. I haven't installed the mouse on this device, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to work very reliably. So that's going to be an issue. So we may, you can use, let me show you, maybe you can go to a browser and use, like, you know, oh, here, well, let me see if I can download the app right here. Meanwhile, we're on the stream. So again, you will go to apps for Flip. Again, this is my recommendation. In order to get this mouse, not only on the browser, but on every screen that you can, you go to apps, you download, there is an app called Apps for Flip Mouse. There it is. So you download it, and you have to run some commands on ADB. I made a tutorial, just a small tutorial on my channel if you want to make sure that you get some of that extra, you know, functionality on, especially on devices that do not have a touchscreen. So we're gonna go to downloads, apps for Flip, install, and good to go. But then we need to connect this device to ADB, and it will work just like this one, as I will showcase you. Right here, settings, we're going to go to business tools. That's where the apps live. And right there, I will install Osmand or Magic Earth. No, we're not gonna. So, you know, you can use the mouse now in order to navigate with this device, like, to the best of your ability. So that's my recommendation for Maps apps. Make sure to use free Maps apps. Don't give your data to Google just because. That's just my personal opinion. But you can use, of course that. Let's continue. Will the CAT S22 work on AT&T Go Phone after unlock? I think Go Phone is the prepaid network. Is that correct? I think, Chris. So if so, yes. So the CAT S22 has all the bands for the North American market, and some of the bands for the European market. Not all of them, but it will work in the European market. So I would say yes, it does. I'm going to test it fully. So I was able to get on the AT&T network for the CAT S22 Flip. So it does work. It was on postpaid, so I don't know if it was going to work on the Go phone, because I think that's the prepaid side of things. Now, a caveat is I tested, and of course they kicked me out because it's not an approved device. They kicked me out, I think, after 2 days. So I test for about a week with different SIM cards and things like that. So after 2 days, they kicked me out, but it does work on theory. I will say maybe go with Red Pocket or US Mobile if T-Mobile is a good alternative in your area. But maybe Red Pocket or some AT&T MVNOs will allow you to have the CAT S22 without any issues. But it should work after you unlock it for sure. The CAT S22 is going to be my favorite if it's sold in the UK. Yes, I mean, it's a great device. I really love it. I think it's a good transition device for a lot of people. But yeah. So, question from Alex Knopp. Rumor has it Group MMS is still not automatic in KaiOS 3.0. Yeah. So, I'm going to reserve a lot of that for my review. But I can confirm that is true. And I have a lot to say when it comes to that, but I'm not going to get into it on this live stream because I think it will take me like the whole live stream just to understand what's going on with KaiOS 3.0 and why it didn't fix some of the most basic things such as Group MMS. But sadly, yes, it is true. The rumor has it, at least on my personal experience, yes, it does not work automatically. You still have to add the subject. Chris, thank you very much for the tips, and I'm going to be thank you for the tips. I appreciate right there the super chat. So again, I just wanted to say yes. So sadly, the KaiOS 3.0 rumor is true. I'm testing a workaround, and hopefully it will be completely automatic. But still, sadly, KaiOS 3.0 fails to deliver in those basic areas. Oh, by the way, I did forget. I am so sorry. It's 40 minutes into the live stream, and I forgot to mention that I am going to be doing a giveaway for all of you. And I forgot to say that at the beginning. I should have said it at the beginning. I'm going to put it in the comments and on Reddit and on everything. So there is the giveaway link right there. You can see it. And it will show up in just a second. And please sign up. I have a lot of phones that I am not using anymore, and that I want to make sure that to give it to the community. I'll be giving away the Nokia 8110, Nokia 6300 4G. I'm going to be giving away, you know, just all of different phones. Like you'll see them listed there. I'm not giving away these yet. The CAT S22 and some of those I will eventually, because I always like to give back to the community. You guys have supported my videos and support my live streams, and I really appreciate all of that. Honestly, I really do. And because of that, I want to give back to you guys. So make sure to sign up for the form there. It's only like, hey, how can I contact you? And besides that, like, which phone do you want? And I will pick a winner by October 15th. So I'll give you about 18 days for the giveaway. That way I can get them before the holiday season sent, and just, you know, without any issues into the holiday season. But besides that, that's the kind of like, you know, some of the things. So it says link not working. Okay, let's see. Okay, go to site. Apologies. Let me open it. Responses. Accepting responses now. Yes, you can click on it again, and it should be open until October 15th. you're gonna have access there. So yeah, so there you go. You have the ability to get it there. We're gonna go through a couple of extra questions, and then we're gonna continue comparing dumb phones. I think I have probably another hour or so to just be with you guys. But yeah, you got the Google Forms there. Please let me know if it's not working still. And you are able to get those devices. So, you know, it's open. I'm not limiting it to only the United States. There's no purchase necessary, nothing like that. So again, you know, you're able to make sure to get the device that it's best for you and that has the bands for your market. I don't want to be sending you a device that is not, you know, like compatible, and then you just have another device laying around. Also, I want to make sure that you understand some of these have been tested, and they're still in good shape. It's just that you're not gonna get all of the original materials, because I like to recycle. I don't like to, you know, when it's not disposed properly. So just for you to know. Do you know how can I buy Nokia 6300 4G in India? I believe the only way is via Amazon, or if somebody ships it from the UK. I think the Nokia website does ship to India. It does ship to other countries here in the Americas, but I'm not sure. Maybe it does ship to India. So you should try it out. And of course, I mean, if you win this, then, you know, I'll be sending it to you. Then we have Sunbeam F1 Orchid versus CAT S22 Flip. Sure. What do you want to see, Max? Since you are here, I think that's the same Max from Reddit, right? Are you the same Max from Reddit? You were trying to see some of these different features. So just tell me what you want to see, and, you know, we'll get to it. We do have Cohen Goldberg Steinovitz. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name completely. But Cohen, can you do a Wise Phone review? I have done a Wise Phone review. It's a little bit dated at this point, so I may get back to it. Sadly, my unit is dead, and I need to contact them. I haven't been able to contact them. I've been really busy with work, and that's just one of the reasons. But again, I will get to it. So Max, here is the Sunbeam F1 and the CAT S22 Flip. They both have a touchscreen. I don't know if I think that maybe that only works for, oh, there it is. So they both have a touchscreen. The CAT S22 Flip, of course, has access to all of the applications and Google Play, and you can install things. Let me show a case, like let's say F-Droid right here. Oh, I already had it pulled up. Of course, I always test that. So let's just download it. Oh, I already downloaded it, of course, maybe when I was testing. And then we're gonna install the application. And again, it works pretty easily, pretty seamless. You open the application, and let's go to, let's download another app, AntennaPod, one of my favorite podcasting apps for the week, for the open Androids, or not Google oriented, right? So settings, we're going to allow, go back, and then you can install. And there you go. Without no issues, right there. You have the application. Should be installing, right? Hopefully. Maybe it is. It is installed. It just shows install again. So you're able to install apps, able to do a lot of the work. Cohen, hey, thank you for that. Kudos right there for keeping up the amazing work. Just trying to do my part. And again, check out the Wise Phone review that I have. Again, it's a little bit dated. They may have changed models at this point. I'll be contacting them and trying to get another unit so that I can test it for you guys as well. Let's see. So this is the CAT S22 Flip. Very good, very rugged. It's nice. And here you have the Sunbeam. Sunbeam is simpler. You have call history, contacts, messaging, right? And you can test different things like the keyboard, right? Hi. You can just go around. Boom, right there. whatever it is that you're trying to say. So hi, my name is whatever it is, your name. You can add a subject, attach media, you know, block a number, use large font for those of you that need a little bit of larger font. Then you're able to send the message pretty seamlessly. You also have an alarm clock, calendar, so you can see it right there. New. It's very well optimized for you know, either the touchscreen. Oh, I don't want to be waking up at that time. Let me off at least. Then you have a calendar. You're able to move it with, you know, different inputs. Voice reminder, calculator, notes, flashlight back there, on and off. Files, if you're managing the files, it has a little less than 6 gigs, about four true gigs available. You're able to install also a you're able to use the what's called the micro SD card. So yeah, there you go. Camera, gallery, sound recorder, music, navigation, weather, sync, settings, wallpaper, keyboard, SOS, emergency alerts. And I haven't checked if we have updates. Let's see. No updates available. They haven't released the latest update. Somebody's asking for the grid mode. That's how the grid mode looks right there. It's pretty seamless. It does not give you the extra tools like laid out quickly. As you see, it only gives you 9. But when you see it on the list, it does have like these extra, right? 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. On the grid, it's just tools right there. And then you go into schedule. It's like alarm clock. It's a little bit better, if you will. You know, it's better organized. Just depends on your preferences. But again, it does have the basic features, and that's it. No browser, no extra, and things like that. Let's get to some of the questions. So it says, does LG Flip flip phones great? Are the LG Flip phones great? The only one that I'm aware of is the LG Classic, and it's a very good phone. Personally, I do like it, but you know, some people don't. So let's see. Will the CAT get Android updates? Don't count on it. So something with a lot of the support for flip phones is very low. So I wouldn't expect Android updates. So I wouldn't expect this to get Android 12, for example. But I would expect it to get security patches. And if that's what you're after, then I would say the security patches is what you should be looking forwards. So don't look forwards to the Android big updates. Like, I don't think this will get Android 12. It maybe it will get it, but I wouldn't count on it. Just, you know, don't think that this is going to be updated to the latest and greatest. Just think, hey, it's Android 11 Go edition. It works seamlessly, it works fast, and it's going to stay like that, but it's going to get security patches, because I can attest that the KaiOS Dura Extreme XV, which is the device from 2 years ago, has gotten security patches, and CAT is a quote unquote, you know, support company, reputable company. So I expect it to get security patches, not big Android updates, like to a newer version. That's just my opinion. And what I've seen with most of the dumb phones, like, you know, you even have the Sunbeam, right? They release the patches, but they're not going to update you to the latest and greatest Android 11, because this is, I believe, still stuck in Android 8.1. But of course, you know, that's just preferences and things, whatever you're looking for. All right, cool. All right, so continue. Google Bar, Meet Puppet really doesn't like Google. I get that. It's on the chat. Man, I really hope CAT S22 or something similar gets released in Europe someday. Hopefully, I think it will come soon. Max, you asked for the grid view, showcase it. Font is already too big on the Sunbeam. Notes, like I'm going to type on that thing. Well, you don't have to type. The Sunbeam F1 actually has an amazing, where is it? Schedule, maybe? No. An amazing voiced to type. So I think it's on the, how is it? Man, I forget how to enable the voice to type. XT9. I need to remember like how to do this because I keep forgetting, but it has an amazing voice to text. Let's see. Let's go to messaging. Maybe I can enable it there. All right. No. Ah, there it is. That's how you enable it, with this key right here. And as you see, the voice to type is extremely accurate. And I really, really, really like it because, I mean, it makes this phone just amazing. It's better than Google Assistant. I can tell you that it's better than Google Assistant. And why don't we just test it to see if the voice input of the Sunbeam F1 is better than Google Assistant with a text message challenge. This is a good thing that we're doing in these in-depth, not depth, in-depth. There you go. It's my pronunciation. I speak other languages better. Let's put it that way. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. And as you see, it was very good. And we're going to do a text message challenge right now. Oh yeah. I changed the messages app to the regular because you can customize the different things. All right, let's start a chat. Okay, let's just put a random number. Okay, we gotta change the. Let's see. Start a chat. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so whatever number, just right there. All right. Text. Okay, so we're going to try the voice to text. We're just going to try the voice to text, and this is kind of like a challenge in between the Sunbeam F1 and the Google Assistant version for the CAT S22 Flip. So let's see. Oh, that's not voice to type. This doesn't. Touch and hold to record audio. Okay, no, that's a picture of me. Okay, so you cannot voice to type. Okay, maybe let's do Google Assistant then. If it requires. Okay. Yes, I know you're my assistant. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And Google, well, see? Just keeps like that. But as you saw, it handles it well. There you go. I would say they're comparable, but honestly, most of the time, the Sunbeam F1 is just better. That's just been my testing. And I don't know why I'm unable. Let's put another number. Should be able. Here. Let's try. Because it's Google Voice Typing. Aha, there it is. So we're going to test the Google Voice Typing for these two devices, and then we're going to compare which one is better. They are pretty fast, both of them. And as you see, the Google one seems to be a little bit faster, but the Sunbeam F1 is going to be going ahead. And right there, Google corrected itself and it was not winning. So maybe let's get into some of the more technical specifications of these devices, like the CAT S22 Flip or the processor, which is Qualcomm. And as you see, the Google right there made a mistake. So we're going to pause right now. So right here, they were pretty much equal. And as you see, they're pretty much equal. But right here, CAT, that's going to flip. And the, right there, CAT S22 Flip. And this is the CAT that's going to flip. So the Sunbeam F1 speech recognition was better, even over a long sentence. The Google Assistant just picks up quicker, but it doesn't mean that it's more accurate. So I don't know what they're using for the Sunbeam F1, but whatever they're using, it's really great, and I personally love it. So yeah, kudos to the Sunbeam team. All right, let's see more questions and different things as we erase some of these. Well, if people want like the LG Classic, I'll prefer the Classic if I'm from the US. Okay, no. Do you know when the Xiaomi F21 Pro is coming to the US? So I don't think the Xiaomi F21 Pro is going to come to the US market, but I think it's going to, the international version with Google is going to come to the US market. You're able to use right now the Xiaomi F21 Pro with T-Mobile here in the United States, preferably through an MVNO. You will have less issues. So I would say do that instead of waiting for, I mean, if you don't want to wait for the international version, because you can install apps, you can use the, you know, different things here and there. So it just works better. So in my opinion, just do the Xiaomi F21 Pro right now, buy from AliExpress, do the little tricks in order to install the different applications, and you should be fine. You should be good to go. Let's see. Meet Puppet. Still no QWERTY version of these phones yet. I know it's meant to be basic, but we still need to communicate quickly. It's all the garbage we're trying to avoid here. So no, there is no QWERTY keyboard device as of right now. However, let me go back here. However, I believe that it should be coming soon as of next year. It's not going to be this year. Don't hold your breath for a 2021 device that has a QWERTY keyboard. I think a dumb phone is coming. Let me see. I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to create a different live scene because I want to showcase my browser. I'll still talk while we're here as I create this new scene. So what happens? Video. I'll just be in the live scene. No, I cannot be, right? Be right back. Okay. I don't know. So I guess I'm going to have to create it later. But there is this device. I'm going to send a link. It's called Precursor. And it is a fully open hardware, fully open software phone that has a QWERTY keyboard. It's a little bit cost prohibitive, in my opinion. I think that they are hopefully trying to make it a little bit better. I'm going to put the link in the chat. And again, it's a great device. I'm still on the fence, because even though it looks like a great and promising device, I just don't think it's aimed for the general market. So personally, I would say this is the only device that I'm aware of. The other one is from Arctic OS, which is Johnny Steen's project. He is a dumb phone enthusiast as well, privacy, things like that. And he's trying to create his own dumb phone. But of course, I think he's going to have to, I think we were talking yesterday on the Discord for dumb phones, and he said that he's probably going to have to do the first version that he was planning in order to get funding for the second version, things like that. So check the link for the Precursor. And again, it's a QWERTY keyboard device. It actually has keywords, ASCII, QWERTY, and even Dovrak, which, I mean, I'm like, wow, okay, that's a lot of support. It's expensive. Yes, it's $565. I think that's a little bit, again, cost prohibitive. And it doesn't have a full operating system yet. I think they're still developing it. I think it's in beta right now. And it's going to be super bare bones, so don't expect something like that. The other project, also I'm going to link it in the chat, is the Pine phone, which also is going to have a QWERTY keyboard slider. Pine phone keyboard. Let's go. There's a keyboard case coming up for the Pine phone, and I mean, I think I'm going to link into an article that talks about it. You probably can get a better idea on their official resources, but that's just like an article that I found right now on the web. But that's another QWERTY keyboard and kind of like secure device, you know, for those of you who are not looking to get a Google device or something like that. So I think those are going to be your best options as of right now. The only other KaiOS device that has a QWERTY keyboard is the JioPhone 2. And that one is only available in India. Only works with Jio, and if you want to make it work outside of the United States, outside of India, sorry, it works with 2G only if you have a Jio SIM card installed on that device. So not super useful, but if you're in India, it does work. I believe they still sell them. Let's continue. What are the specifications of your dream dumb phone, and what is your favorite dumb phone right now? Okay, good question. I would say my dream dumb phone. I like QWERTY keyboards. 1 second. I'll bring my... Also, I'll be doing a review of this one. Chunky right here. This is the Unihertz Titan Pocket. I'll be showcasing it here too. Let me move these away. So this is the Unihertz Titan Pocket. I love, I think it's already out of charge, most likely. But I love rugged devices, and I also love QWERTY devices. I'll be doing a review of this soon, so stay tuned. I think I let it drain. I was keeping tabs on it for a couple of days, but I forgot. So I'll be testing more about this device, but it will be something like this with a dumb phone interface. So a QWERTY keyboard, number one, just because it's easier, and if possible, that has a touchscreen, not a full LCD, but something like e-ink. So again, I'm really interested in that Precursor device because it fits those characteristics. So something that has a QWERTY keyboard, or even a touchscreen one is fine. Like, you know, just a regular one, touchscreen. So I will say QWERTY keyboard, touchscreen, e-ink preferred, but LCD is fine. Calls, 4G LTE regular compatibility, or 5G, you know, hopefully it doesn't take over, but 4G LTE should be fine for now. And then my only other requirement would be that it has some sort of access to secured messaging. I think that would be it. Personally, I think that would be a dream dumb phone, something that has access to the basics and also to secure messaging. And that is either QWERTY or Candy Bar. So the Punked MP02 is an amazing device for me personally. I don't need a camera, but I do know that a lot of people want a camera, so maybe include that or as an option, right? But I personally like the Punked MP02. The only reason why I don't use the Punked MP02 as my primary device is because it doesn't have group text messages. That's it, literally. I love the device. It has access to Signal through the Pigeon app, which is more secure messaging, right? Nothing is entirely, completely, you know, you got to strip all of the metadata and all of that good stuff, you know, get into more privacy conversations. But I love the Punked MP02. I love the Punked MP02. It's great. It feels great in the hand. Premium materials. The T9 is very good for me. I know how to operate it. So personally, I like it. But it doesn't have group text messaging, so I cannot use it. I literally rely on group text messaging so much for my work. They send a lot of files or different things. So personally, I would say, hey, you know, that'll be the best for me. So security with a little bit of touch, just in case we need to interact with smart features, or just click something like a cat chow, or whatever it is. And just the basic features, make the basic features work. Calls, text messages, secure messaging if possible. And then you have music tool. Music tool is good enough. If you have an MP3 player, you can put podcasts in there. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. Let me charge this, so maybe by the time that we're done, or we're getting done, we're able to showcase a little bit of this device. That one's USB-C, by the way. So yeah, that's personally my personal opinion, is that that's the best device, the Curity device. But a candy bar will be fine, like the Punkt MP02. Again, the Punkt MP02 is pretty much my favorite device, but no group messaging just makes it impossible for me to use. That's why I personally use the Light Phone 2. So, most of you know it. Most of you have seen it. On my reviews on different things. The Light Phone 2 is my preferred device, just because it has all the features that I need. It has podcasts, music, group text messaging, calls. It doesn't have secure messaging, but I use that on my desktop. So I don't have an issue with that, because I'm able to use secure messaging on my desktop without any issues. So yeah. But if I could have it on the go, I would prefer that for sure. Okay, let's continue with a couple of extra questions. The phone I have is a Huawei P Smart 2020, and it runs fine, but it's locked to Android 9. Is any support for this phone? I don't think Huawei is going to update that phone. I think you should just honestly move on to a Pixel if you can. Pixels, if you're trying to stay in the smartphone world, they're probably the best. You can install different ROMs that are more privacy oriented, like Graphene or Calyx OS. So yeah, personally, I would say those are your better options. KaiOS is such a promising platform for people who just want to have the basic social stuff, but for me, I will be more comfortable if I have Spotify and Google Maps, since they already have WhatsApp. Yes, I think KaiOS is going to see more apps coming up soon, but we'll just have to wait and see. And again, as we're talking about KaiOS, for those of you in the beginning, we just went through it, and again, it does have a lot of the good features, but it's faster, it's better, it has more things happening. But as you see, this is the dreaded add subject. Sadly, that's the only thing that changes, switches it to MMS. Even if I type, I'm gonna type 2 random numbers here. Let me go to 1, 2, 3, 10. And then watch, it does it on camera. Now it does the 2, 3. And look at that, SMS still there. So it's going to send it as 2 separate text messages. But as soon as you add a subject, right there, MMS, beautiful. It's a dread, honestly, for me, as someone who has been testing KaiOS and dumb phone devices, to see that the Alcatel Go Flip 4 still does not have group MMS. It's such a basic feature, and that it's going to be able to be enabled through this update. But sadly, it didn't happen, and it's really sad to me to see that. Okay, let's see. By the way, do you know if any company is working on a 5G dumb phone? Not that I know. Most of them are still on 4G LTE. 4G LTE is going to be here with us for a little while. So I think mastering that first is the first step, instead of going into something bigger and better like 5G or whatever it's going to come after that. I just want Spotify and WhatsApp. Well, plenty of phones that do that, James. Just go into the dumb phone finder that I have on my website, so josebriones.org/dumbphones, and you can find Spotify and WhatsApp compatible phones at the very least. CAT S22 is one of them, and of course the what's called the KaiOS devices, Sonim devices, essentially all the Android dumb phones are able to do that. So yeah, you got a couple options, and you're gonna be able to do it. Of course, you can wait until maybe something comes into KaiOS to have a little bit of a different platform. But for now, that's about it. Let's see. Ismael Espinola, you got a Blue Zoe Smart, only KaiOS phone available in your country. Hey, you got to work with what you got, right? Do you know what the sync feature is on Sunbeam? I believe, here, let me check. I can check for you, Max, right now. That's why we're here, going in depth, questions, things like that. I believe the sync system is for, if I remember correctly, it's for their contacts, right? Sync functionality currently unavailable. Yeah, I believe it is for the contacts. Maybe it's because I don't have my SIM card on, or maybe they have disabled it, but I believe it's for contacts, calendars, you know, things like that. I believe that's what they were going for. Kyle Campbell, I just bought the Alcatel Go Flip 4. What's your opinion? I like how it's USB Type-C charging. So Kyle, you came a little bit later. I like KaiOS 3.0. I think the Go Flip 4 is a good device in principle. You know, it works. It has all the basics. But KaiOS 3.0 has not delivered yet on what we were hoping. We were hoping to have, well, it has delivered on two areas. Battery life is better. And my review is coming, so I'll be, you know, showcasing some of those things. And also, the Go Flip 4 is faster. It doesn't get stuck. It works flawlessly. Great. KaiOS 3.0 performance is good. However, you still don't have the basic functionality of automatic group text messaging. This may not be a hindrance for you and me. I've used KaiOS before in 2.5. I'm fine using it, honestly. No issues. Because, you know, like adding a subject, it's not going to take that long and you can live with it. But it's a bummer that it's not automatic. I wish it was automatic for group text messaging. So that's that. That's the first thing. Second thing, it's no new features. So besides the performance improvements and the battery improvements, I haven't seen completely new features like, you know, extra navigation features for the Maps apps, or something that really takes advantage of the power that now the device has. So I think it's a good device. I think it can serve a lot of people. But, you know, if you're looking for something that has automatic group text messaging, that device is not for you. If you're looking for something that has full navigation because of whatever in your country or your work, or, you know, you need it, also maybe not the best device for you. You know, so I like that it's USB Type-C charging. I really love that. But it does have some flaws from the previous devices, like the Nokia 2720, things of that nature. The other thing with KaiOS, this is not the Alcatel Go Flip 4 specifically, but just KaiOS in general, is the Alcatel Go Flip 4 right here has the same specs as, or very similar specs to the Nokia 2720. So I'm going to hope that the Nokia 2720 gets an update, but, you know, that is so terrible if it doesn't, because it has very similar specs and the improvements are just, you know, kind of like under the hood. I don't see anything that needs new hardware. That's just my personal opinion, but of course, you know, engineers may know more about this and stuff. So yeah, those are my impressions on the Alcatel Go Flip 4. Just my personal opinions. And in the beginning of this, I think around 10, I made some kind of like comments about it and things like that. But performance has improved, and I really appreciate that. I think battery life, performance, and USB-C, faster charging, better battery life, better performance, it's always welcome, and I really like that on this specific device. Max, is the Shuck phone any good? Yeah, I like it. I mean, it works with pretty much all carriers in the United States. It does have Android. I would say it's comparable to these two, the Kyocera Durex V, because it's a flip phone. It's not rugged, but it's comparable in the sense that you need extra applications in order to make all of the apps work. Like, you know, let's say that you're trying to work right there, the mouse. you're able to install this mouse on the Sonim. You're able to install this mouse on any flip phone essentially and make it work so that, there you go, so that you are able to click the different areas for, you know, for your different applications. So, you know, like this is the D-pad mode. So it'll work pretty much very seamlessly, like the KaiOS Durex V. It's a good device. I like the Shock Classic. It's very good. I didn't include it in my best dumb phones because it has some bugs. It had some bugs in the past, but they have made a couple of updates since then, and it's coming back to the best dumb phones of 2021. The end of the year, I'll be doing a bigger giveaway where I'll be giving away even these more expensive devices. I've been saving them because I'm actually trying to make a video at the end of the year with the dumb phone awards, if you will. And you know, every phone that I have, every phone that I'm keeping is going to be that, you know, best. For example, the Go Flip 4 is going to be probably, since nothing may come out in the next couple of months, we don't know yet, holiday season is coming, probably it's going to be best KaiOS device, and then best Android dumb phone, best minimalist device. So I'm going to be doing different categories, and that's why I still need them. But once I don't need them, once I'm not using them personally, I'm going to be giving them away. So stay tuned for that. And right now there's a giveaway going on. So just everybody make sure to sign up for it. I'm going to put the link once again. And good luck. Good luck. If you win, hey, you know, good luck to you. I'm going to put the link again. And yeah, good luck. If you get it, hey, you know, I'll be sending it to you. Make sure to give me a way to contact you, please. If you have any comments, of course, right there also. What else? Is it worth getting a KaiOS 2.5 point device at this point? No, do not get a 2.5 point X device, 2.5.3, 2.5.4. Just don't get it right now. Just wait until the new wave comes, because you're probably not going to get updated, even though it's the same hardware. The 2720, for example, has very similar hardware to the hardware on the Alcatel Go Flip 4. And yeah, you know, just again, don't do it. Just get a 3.0 device. Just wait for it until they come out. Mostly Huawei still banned for using Google. I'm quite confused why Honor uses Google even when it's made by Huawei. Honestly, that's just politics, and you know, tech politics can get into so many different things. Carlos, is the giveaway US only? No. You can participate from anywhere in the world. I've sent devices to Australia, India, so many different places. So yeah, go ahead, sign up, but just give me a way to contact you. France, I've sent one to France now that I remember. Make sure that the device that I have and that I'm giving away is compatible in your area. I'm going to try to unlock, I'm pretty sure all of them are unlocked. Let me check. All of the ones that I'm giving away are unlocked except for two, the Lively Flip and the LG Classic. Those are the only two devices that are not unlocked, and I'm going to try to get them unlocked by the time that I'm done with the giveaway, which is, by the way, mid-October, so October 15. That's when I'm going to be closing the giveaway. But you know, I'm just going to try to get them unlocked, get them ready for you guys to use. If I don't get to it, we'll figure something out so that you can get to use it. So make sure to pick a device that works in your area. I don't want to be sending a device that doesn't work for you and you just have like another, you know, piece of tech that you're not going to be using and somebody can actually use. So yeah, it's not restricted, but make sure to pick a device that works in your area, please. And those are the only two that are locked. Then that's another reason why I'm also waiting for these devices, for the KaiOS Sonim and the CAT S22. I'm waiting not only for the dumb phone awards, but also I'm waiting because I want to get them unlocked so I'm able to send them overseas whenever that next giveaway comes. Max, is it a raffle? Ish, yeah. I mean, essentially, you sign up, you pick the device. Let's say you're the only one that picks it, you get the device. If 5 people pick it, then I run like through a kind of like a not comment, but username. You know, I just put the different identifiers like Max, Carlos, whatever, you know, Marku, just reading the names, Kyle, you know, just put them in different order, do like a raffle online, name picker, and then whatever it picks, and that's it. You know, so you have the chances, as you know, let's say that you want to get this specific device, then you get that one. And you can participate, you know, as many giveaways as I do from now until then. And if you win, you win, and I send it to you. So that's about it. You're not required to do anything, but just to pick the device that you want. No purchase necessary, you know, anything. I just want to make it clear because, of course, you know, YouTube has a lot of rules when it comes to that. So, you know, I've been running these and it works pretty well. All right. Okay. So, anything else, guys? Drawing near to an hour and a half. So if there's nothing else, I'm okay with leaving it at that. But thank you for coming. If you have any extra questions, please put them here. I'll probably just be staying for the next couple of minutes. And maybe showcase to you the QWERTY keyboard right here on the Titan Pocket. That's the device that I'm also doing a review. I have a couple of devices that I've been playing around with, you know, and like kind of like different operating systems, things like that, for privacy, for different things, you know, if you like it. What carrier is the Lively Flip? Lively Flip is actually its own carrier, but it works with T-Mobile. So I'm pretty sure that that's the only two carriers that it can work. T-Mobile Networks and its own carrier, which is Great Call from Best Buy. Let me see if this charged, and you know, we continue with the live stream for a little bit, but we're about to close essentially in the next 7, or you know, if you guys don't ask other questions or have other things, we'll just close it and, you know, leave it until the next time. All right, we got to 11%, which is not horrible. I think we'll be able to just showcase a couple of the things. Again, this is an Android device, but it's QWERTY, and I personally like it. Make sure to watch the reviews for the devices, by the way. So there it is, Unihertz. It's a nice little startup, and boom, right there. So there you go. There you have it. So for example, that's the there you go. Let's get into a text message. Let's try to type. Got it. Start chat. Let's just start with a number, right? Kika keyword. Oh, that's the same thing they use in the yeah. Let's see. Let's just put a random phone number so we can text. Hello, my name is boom, right there. So as you see, you're able to type. It's pretty nice. The clickability is super nice. So yeah, and you can delete things right here pretty easily. You can use the symbols. So function, symbols, you know, change it up, do different things, emojis. And that's about it. Again, nothing too great, but something like this will be my preferred device. Something like this that has an e-ink screen and just basic functions. Nothing super smart. Just basic functions and maybe a smart messenger, if possible. Of course, I know that when you want basic functions, you cannot have it all. But yeah, so this is the what's it called? The Titan Unihertz Titan Pocket. It's been very nice personally. And it has an update. There you go. What do you know? So if you have any other questions, make sure to put it right there. Let's see. What is the best flip phone to buy in the US? Oh, that's a tough question, man. it really depends on the features that you need. I could say either of these is probably one of the best flip phones right here. So these four are my favorite flip phones. The Sonim XP3, the KaiOS Dura XV, the Sunbeam F1 Orchid, or the CAT S22 Flip. Those are my favorite flip phones so far. I think the Shock Classic is another one to add to that list. Those are my 5 recommended flip phones, if you will, because they're going to be supported, updated, and, you know, it's just kind of like something that I personally look for when I'm buying a device. So that's that. Let's see. CAT S22 Flip work on AT&T in Mexico. I'd like to participate for that one. Carlos, again, I'll be doing that giveaway later with all of these devices that you see here because I'm waiting for the Dumb Phone Awards. And I want to wait for the Mudita Pure before I do the Dumb Phone Awards for 2021 because it's supposedly coming now in November. So, yes. So I'm waiting for the Mudita Pure to come out to actually give the Dumb Phone Awards and everything. And after that, I'll be doing a giveaway with all of these devices, except for the ones that I'm going to keep because I'm going to use or I'm going to do something. All right. Let's see. But stay tuned for that. Are there any new e-ink phones coming out? Yes, the Mudita Pure is coming out in November, hopefully. We're really hoping that it comes out. And yeah, that it sees the light of day. Can you say requete desasosegadísimamente? Manente? No, what is it? Requete desasosegadísimamente en otorrinolaryngología. My Spanish teacher tried to get us to say them. Yes, I guess I can say the second one for sure. Otorrinolaryngología. That one's easy once you practice a couple times. But the first one I never seen. Requete desasosegadísimamente. Yeah, that one's hard, a little bit harder. But, you know, if you practice, you get to it. Yeah, so guys, thank you very much for coming to the live stream. If you have any questions or anything, just leave it. I think I have about, a minute or two. I could stay a little longer, but if you guys don't have any extra questions, that's fine. We can get to it on Reddit, on the Discord. Make sure to join. Also, let me add those links for you guys. Let me add the links for the Discord if you haven't joined. Invite link right here. Okay, perfect. So let me just add that right here. Boom. That's the Discord link. And yeah, if you want to join the Dumb Phone subreddit as well, you can go to this link as well. I'm going to put it here too. And again, thank you for coming. Thank you. And if you have any questions, put it in there. I think last question was any Nokia phones that I'm planning to review. Not right now. I am trying to get the Nokia 6310. I believe that's the name of it. And the Nokia 6310 is in the UK, only available right now. But it's very basic and very similar to Nokia 2254G that I'm kind of like, I'll make a review just because, maybe it has some differences in battery life, things like that, call quality. But honestly, Nokia is not coming out with great stuff right now. I wish they did, but right now they're just not, and it's kind of frustrating. But hopefully we'll see something different. Again, guys, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. All the super chats, all the subscribers, all the different things. Make sure to watch the videos. And if you have any questions, I always interact with you guys. Old videos, new videos, everything else. I'll keep the stream live for a couple of weeks. And then I'll unlist it and put it on its live streams just because I like to keep the channel uncluttered for you guys. If you have any questions, just put them Reddit, Discord, also on the YouTube channel. You can send me an email as well. And yeah, Last question, any update about the Xiaomi F21 Pro Global version? No updates yet, so we haven't seen it. But again, thanks a ton, and I'll see you guys in the next video, probably the Alcatel Go Flip 4 review, and then the Titan Pocket, or some of the other things.